Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for meeting with me today, even though it's in this virtual space. I guess we can all appreciate the fuel emissions that we've all saved walking to our home study instead of driving into the office. When we received your campaign brief, we were immediately looking forward to preparing a communication strategy. This is because in 2015, we as an agency were also looking to join the UN Global Compact, and you'd be pleased to hear that we've now been participants for 4.5 years, and all of our staff are actively involved and engaged with our ongoing environmental projects. So we do have first-hand experience in this field, not only from having to shift our employees' environmental attitudes, but we've also had 10 years worth of industry experience in assisting other companies just like yourselves in developing environmental strategies. Sustainability branding, as I'm sure you're aware, is not only a growingly recognised tool for company marketing, but it is a value that's gaining stronger support across the globe, and one that we at Communicating Clean are very passionate about. Creating sustainable change within a workplace can be one of the most challenging programs to achieve, but the best tool to help you achieve this change is a strong communications plan to engage, encourage, and even stimulate behavioural change in your employees. So we're the only sustainability focused internal communications firm, and we do have a satisfaction rating of 97% in helping organisations communicate sustainability programs within their organisations. From the background info that you've provided us, we've broken up your plan into 2 main goals with 3 corresponding objectives. So you can see these on the screens in front of you, and I've also given you this as a copy in an email that I sent through this morning, which saves paper. So this approach will allow us to break up the strategy into 2 phases. So the first, the one on the screen, is about engagement and education of your Global Compact strategy. And the second is communicating to create real change and behavioural changes in accordance with your strategy. So splitting these 2 levels of communication into 2 phases will actually promote a more stable and smooth transition for employees to learn and adopt to your strategy. We've also split the target publics into management level and employee levels, with 3 different tiers of employees based on their engagement level with environmental sustainability programs. So the first one are employees that are already actively engaged in sustainability. Secondly, employees with a lack of awareness about sustainability. And finally, the most challenging target public, which are those who are actively disengaged with sustainability. We've identified a few of the common issues organisations face with communicating to these 4 different target publics based on our experience working within organisations. And we've framed the campaign in a way which will minimise these barriers and provide tailored tactics and messages appropriate to each group. So for example, to avoid irreparable resistance from target public group 4 who are already disengaged with your environmental strategy before you even roll it out, strategies like 2-way communication in meetings will be imperative. This will help to facilitate a safe space for open dialogue, and we'll be able to address and engage any concerns that are raised by this group. So the campaign will have a 3-stage approach, which is hopefully to create a slow and subtle transition into the plan before the strategy takes its full effect 6 months into starting the communications plan, as you can see on the screen. So education is the most powerful tool. So this is why we've broken it up into 3 stages. We need to make sure we educate your staff before we actually create action and change. We also need the staff to feel involved and that they are making the decision to engage in environmental strategies and that it's not being forced upon them. Now, with the budget, we are well under your allocated budget, which you'll be pleased to know, and this will give us room to be able to reassess the plan at the end of each stage to reconsider where more resourcing is needed if necessary at all. Given you gave us your budget allocation prior to the financial implications of the lockdown period, we have done our best to maintain a low and cost-effective budget without jeopardising the strength of the campaign. For a full budget breakdown, I also sent that in the email earlier today for your reference. In terms of the benefits of our strategy, as you would have seen, we have given you a range of communication tactics to create a cohesive and strong communications plan. I won't go through each tactic now, but I'd like to highlight the benefits of some of these strategies. So the benefits of posters and splash screens, intranet banners and memos is that they're actually going to enforce employees to learn about environmental strategies without even realising it. This is why all target publics will benefit from these types of communication tactics. The reason that we've implemented regular staff meetings is because ongoing and two-way communication will foster an open and honest space for your staff to engage with the campaign without feeling forced. It'll hopefully create a safe and supportive environment for them to address any concerns and hopefully develop positive rapport with staff on the topic of environmental stewardship. And this is really important. Now, the reason why we've suggested modifying your logo from voice to voices at a later stage in the strategy is to hopefully ease it into the cultural framework of your organisation. So we understand that you have a strong cultural presence within the organisation, but staff will need to be educated and open towards the strategy before we can modify their cultural beliefs. So we've suggested that this will occur at stage 3. Now, just in case your internet dropped out or you had to answer the door at some point in this virtual meeting, here are some key takeaways for you. So we are signatories of the United Nations Global Compact team ourselves and have been implementing their goals into our practice since 2014. So we do have first-hand experience on strategic environmental change. We're experienced and we're experts in this area, and we have a high 97% satisfaction rate. We're also a local small business who would really appreciate your support given the circumstances at this time. We are also really responsive and invested in leading environmental change. Our company is more than just about making money through internal communications campaigns. It's about effective, real, and sustainable change in the real world. I look forward to meeting you all in person at some point in the near future, but for now, stay safe, and any questions, I'm here to chat if need be.